You have criticized Hillary Clinton as the, quote, personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party. What is the rot you see in the Democratic Party?
That our Democratic Party, unfortunately, is not the party that is of, by, and for the people. It is a party that has been and continues to be influenced by the foreign policy establishment in Washington, represented by Hillary Clinton.
Tulsi Gabbard wowing the political world, shocking some when she ran for president. She's no longer running for president, but she is still representing Hawaii in Congress. Tulsi Gabbard, welcome to Newsmax. Welcome back to Newsmax. Thanks for being here. How are you?
Thank you, Greg. Things are well. Hope you and your family are all safe and healthy.
Very much so. Thank you so much. And by the way, before we start, you know what? You are a genuine, no kidding, combat veteran of the military. And I noticed something watching those debates, and I've noticed something in general. Maybe you've noticed the same thing. Democrats and the media, they only point out the military records of people they favor. For instance, they barely talked about your military record, but I noticed they couldn't stop talking about Pete Buttigieg's military record, which, quite frankly, was very minimal compared to yours.
Yeah, look, you know, there's experience that I've gained through my over 17 years of service in the military, my 2 deployments to the Middle East, combined with 8 years now of experience here on Capitol Hill as a member of Congress, serving on the Foreign Affairs and the Armed Services Committee. And you know, the most important responsibility that any president has is to serve as commander in chief. And that experience is incredibly valuable to being able to meet that responsibility.
So it could come in handy in the future. You have endorsed Joe Biden. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Now, Joe Biden has made it quite clear that he wants a woman as his running mate. You qualify. You also have been in the military. You impressed a lot of people. You were pretty harsh with the Democratic Party. Has he called you? Are you under consideration? We see you there on the debate stage, a picture a moment ago, just a few spaces away from him. Is that remotely a possibility?
I'm not under consideration that I'm aware of. And quite frankly, my head has been down and pretty focused on dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. And serving my constituents in Hawaii and making sure nationally here in Washington that we're doing our best to help those who need help the most. And I heard your last guest, Larry, talking about assistance for small businesses, more flexibility with the PPP loans that they're getting. Glad that we were able to actually pass a good piece of legislation through the House today that addresses that very point, that provides that flexibility, that extends that period of time small business owners have to spend those funds and their ability to use them not only for payroll, but also for their overhead expenses and fixed costs that they need. And this is one example of how government should work, listening to the concerns of the people and actually taking action to fix it in a bipartisan fashion.
Yeah, and you know what? He acknowledged that, hey, maybe this $600 was a mistake or maybe it was necessary for a while. They are showing that they can be flexible, which I appreciate. Hey, back to politics for a moment. You famously sued Hillary Clinton. She implied, we all heard it, that you were working for the Russians, $50 million lawsuit. You dropped it. It's not going forward. Why not? You did say it. You did suffer, I guess. Why not pursue the case?
The damage has been done, and it continues to exist, the damage to my reputation. But again, my foremost focus right now is single-pointedly on responding to this coronavirus pandemic and serving my constituents in the 2nd District in Hawaii and doing my work here in Congress.
All right. With that in mind, right now, Hawaii, I haven't heard too much about Hawaii's problems regarding the coronavirus. Where are you right now?
We are moving towards what looks like a good place. And I only hesitate because even as our numbers remain in the low single digits or sometimes in zero over the last 3 days, we had zero new cases today. Unfortunately, we had 3 new cases. But our rate of infection as well as our rate of deaths related to coronavirus has been much lower than many other states in the country, which is a good thing. But I hesitate in these statistics just as I do nationally because our numbers of testing is woefully inadequate to be able to paint an accurate and realistic picture of really where we are. When we are only testing somewhere between 2 to 3% of the population in my home state and nationwide, which is where the numbers are, we can't fully know the extent of how good or how bad we are doing as a country.
Sorry to switch gears again, back to politics. Joe Biden is the presumptive nominee. He's had some catastrophic, in my opinion, gaffes lately, telling a black man that he can't even, he doesn't qualify as a black man if he's not for him, just crazy stuff. And we're hearing that there are conversations, high-level conversations in the Democratic Party, and they're saying to each other, this guy can't be the guy. Have you heard what I'm hearing? And is a change in the wind here?
I'm not in any of those rooms. If those conversations are happening, it's not something I can comment on. Once again, literally my days and nights have been focused on doing my work and seeing how I can best positively impact the real challenges that people are staying up at night worried about as they struggle through the effects of this pandemic on their families, their small businesses, and the economy.
All right. Well, Tulsi Gabbard, keep up your work. And I like that you and the administration are seeing eye to eye. I hope you're getting enough time to work out. We have one of your famous Instagram videos about to roll. You are a champ in the gym. I've never seen, quite frankly, anything like it. Well, I have, but not in a long time. Are you still as religious as you were during the campaign?
I am actually. I am. It is that military training, that discipline, and it's times like this where I think we all understand, hopefully, how important it is that we keep our bodies healthy, that we strengthen our immune system, so that when there are situations like this that come around, we're best positioned to stay strong and to stay healthy.
All right, Tulsi Gabbard, thank you very much, and to be continued. All right, Tulsi Gabbard, Congresswoman from Hawaii, 2020 presidential candidate. We'll see what the future holds. Many thanks, okay?
Thanks, Greg. Have a great day.
All right, you too.